Yo, we're back live. What's going on? Trying to fight a little bit of a cold. So, markets continue to go higher. Uh, what's up, Hugo? G Money, Rising, Alex. Things are still good. I tweeted last night that no real divergences in anything. I mean, it's crazy how volume is not following this. Volume is really coming in on the downside, but price doesn't really back up. So, it's pretty impressive thus far. If we go to the daily software, we still got the technometer down here at absolutely neutral at 44. You can see the OP continues to not perform well, which at some point is a problem to the upside, but I'd expect the technometer to get a little more overbought. And, volume is still traded well for us here, so I don't really see any major concerns. Let's go to the 5-minute. What's up, Cannon? This is Bitcoin USD, as you can see. Let that load, and then, here we've got the Bitcoin chart we've been looking at. I do have an Elliott wave count on this, but I'm not sure how much I'm in love with that. So, from this here, it looks like maybe we've completed 5 up. So maybe we slow up here and go into a day or two correction before higher. But again, I'm not an Elliott wave. That's not my main focus. I do usually look at something to see if I can throw something on there. So just not sure that's the count. Now this is the 5-minute Bitcoin USD. The USDT is actually it went to new lows down here on the volume. And then we did have some volume come in here, take us higher. And then overnight I mentioned volume comes down, still kind of downtrending. Price does a short-term sideways triangle, little pork blaster here. We go to new highs overnight. So, again, it'd be nice to see volume really come in here. I don't know if we're going to get more shorts caught, and then we got to get people long. I think there's a lot of people not long here. So people talk about just covering the shorts, but we also got to get people interested in being long Bitcoin again. So there's still a lot of buying, I think, that could come. The dollar index is having a strong day, which isn't hurting cryptos. So now I'm probably much more comfortable, but this is the first leg down here on the dollar, and then we're having a sideways correction. So I think from here still the dollar could come under some major pressure. What's up, QJ? So, if this is the first impulse to the downside on the dollar, then if another one's coming, that should add even more support to the cryptos. So, that could be interesting from here if that starts somewhat from these levels. So there's Bitcoin USD. You can see here, if you go to Bitcoin USDT, it's even worse performing on the volume. So then if some of you saw my tweets, OMG had a pretty interesting chart. There's a 5-minute for a month price loaded. Now the volume is still loading down at the bottom. You're going to see that it's even, it went to new low here at this level. So volume has continued lower, clear to here, with Bitcoin rallying basically from 59 to 6,900. So, still looks like that's been some pretty good buying pressure coming in. And Ethereum has been a dog, as everybody knows. That's the one that, Classic has been really not doing very well either. But Ethereum, that looks like a triangle, a continuation pattern to the downside. I just don't know, if Bitcoin stays firm, then maybe Ethereum's going to have its day in the sun here. There is Bitcoin Cash continuing to subdivide higher as we expected. Here's Dash looking really well to the upside. Litecoin still doing its thing off the first 1-2. Litecoin, I had the same type of buy divergences on Litecoin as I did. Same thing on Neo. Everything's working out big sell volume coming in off the first rally, which is why I labeled that, I think, a 1-2. Here's OMG. I had the minor buy last night at 442. Hold on here 1 second. It's easier for me to bring it in this way, I think. Here's OMG on the daily last night. You can see here, kind of wanted to explain it. Down here at the bottom is when the technometer was registering 38s. So you can see here all pretty good short-term buy signals. Then last night we had, coming into yesterday, we had again another buy signal. And you can see that the volume is continuing to go to new lows while we're getting somewhat a upward sending little pork blaster here. So that's kind of why I thought OMG would work higher from last night. So we have it, we do have it up about 7%. So that was a buy there. So it just looked like that if volume would let up, here's OMG USDT. It has had its better volume now coming in. You can see here, this is a downtrend I'm showing, and then this is finally some up volume coming in. So if we can get more plus volume coming in on OMG, I would think it would continue to work higher. I don't like some of these coins that have been, this is not as strong a chart as Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin and Dash and those, but maybe it's going to try to do a little bit of catch up. So I don't know if I haven't made a decision really what I'm doing on Bitcoin. I'm still of the opinion that we were down there at 5,900. Everything but the kitchen sink was thrown at it. All it's bleeding out, etc. I think it's acted very well. I think, the back exchange, ETFs coming, if worst case, early next year. But, that's not that far away. People got a jockey for that. So, if we're completing some type of 5 ways up here, yeah, we could have an ABC down, clear back to 66, 6,700. Break the uptrend line and scare everybody out right before the real move to the upside. So I'm not made a decision really what I'm doing. I'm still thinking that Bitcoin is leading us still a lot higher. And with my technometer neutral and every type of sell volume that comes in, price continues to hold. It's held all these rallies, all these declines here very well, so it still looks a little bit higher to me. AMD, I presume, on the stock side. Advanced Micro Devices. I mentioned I would think some type of trading range here. The technometer did come down to 42, 38's oversold. So that one still looks, obviously, line of least resistance is higher, but the general market, I think, could come down a little bit. This is the Wyckoff wave on a 1-year scale. So we're just kind of in the middle of the recent range, but not keeping the uptrend intact too well yet. So I'm not sure here on stocks for real. Kind of trading that day by day. What's up, Gary? 10 in the morning, I'll get you over here. QG, I don't really, I think OMG, I did buy some of that last night. So I guess I think probably OMG is still probably the one I think could go higher. I'd probably do Vercoin on the next Bitcoin pullback. What's up, Gary? What's your hot one now? Give us that one to buy. I don't have RDN in my system. I was going to bring that one up for us. Here's NEO USDT, 5-minute monthly. Cool, Alex. I think most of the people that presented were previous Wyckoff Stock Market Institute students. So David Weiss definitely is. I think he graduated in 71 maybe, from memory. So I was on there real quick, kind of trying to talk about cryptos a little bit. So there's NEO. I just moved that chart. It was the same thing, making new lows here while price was holding. So again, it looks just like pressure's been lifted off of some of these things. So I would think some will continue to work higher. You can see here, this is a new low in the volume as price continues to make higher highs. So when volume turns up, which is what it's done now, price should really work to higher levels quickly. So I think all you can do here maybe is try to trail stops. I mean, as you know, these things, it's not like trading a stock. I mean, NEO's got highs tremendously higher, so 10, 20, 30, 40% moves can be done very quickly. ECA, do not have in my system. I'll try to make a note. Cyrella, I'm going to try to get that added then. Then on NEO, if we go to the daily is going to bring up the OP force and tech on a daily basis. The best of Wyckoff was like a $99 fee to watch it. That was put on by Wyckoff Analytics by Vermont. So you're not going to be able to see that unless they offer some type of watch it after the recording. They might allow me to show mine, but I really just kind of talked about this software. I talked about divergences and harmonious action, etc. LRC. Now here's NEO on the daily, so you can see down here 46 on the technometer. 50 is overbought, so we still have some room there. And even there, I mean, you don't, just because it gets to a 50, it's just not an automatic sell. It's just telling you things are maybe due for consolidation, etc. JG, I see you talking about the tether manipulation. I don't know if there's as much, I personally don't believe that there's manipulation. I mean, I think, you know, whales are probably moving money around to get the public long or short to manipulate their positions. I think tether is still good. I don't think we got a problem with tether, but I think, you know, we have a lot of tether, so that money's got to come back to the market at some point. But all this, you know, money moving around, etc., I'm not sure how, I don't pay a lot of attention to it. Obviously, I see it going across Twitter everywhere. I don't think it changes my opinions because you don't really know what they're doing, so it's just a coin flip. I'm trying to watch what's really going on internally with the volume. So again, when we do the 5-minute monthly, I mean, that's showing all volume every 5-minute wave. So we're trying to figure out what volume is really doing. Because these are daily bars, so if they're green, like this bar here is showing green good volume, but if you went into that bar during the day, it might have bigger volume going down and light volume going higher. So you really got to kind of break that down. Same thing here. This is a bigger red volume bar, but where did the volume really come in? It might have came in as it made the highs and then no volume here and no volume down at the lows here. So with Wyckoff, you really got to break down the volume on a shorter term basis, which is the real purpose of what the software is doing. And then it takes that volume and does the force and technometer readings, which is way superior versus an RSI, things like that. And that's all I probably really got for myself. Nick and I think we're still good for 6:30 tonight. There's OMG 481. That's a quick, another 10 cents. Again, that last night was, you know, just some of that upside releasing itself. We had some good volume down here. So I would think OMG could keep working higher. Obviously, if Bitcoin keeps the wind behind it here. And then once again, if the dollar can actually put in a top here today, tomorrow, and start trying the downside again, that could get really interesting on a further Bitcoin rally. I got about 200 coins, I think it probably is in here currently. So here's Bitcoin USDT daily. You know, I don't know, I mean, these slow rallies, because everybody, I'm guessing everybody and their dog, all these new technicians are probably still trying to talk about, obviously this here, but they've been calling that we keep working higher. So if that pattern fails, I mean, we could have an acceleration here. So I think everybody is continuing to lean off the shorts because of that pattern. And it's getting hard to read because, again, the LPs went to new lows while price hasn't. The flip-flop of that, you're going to be able to say, well, now price is going up and volume's not supporting it. I mean, we came off oversold down here, so we should be able to see some more strength. So it might not hurt to trail some stops. But I really was trying to give volume a chance to come in for real, because even when we have little day and a half corrections, price does not give up. So it just looks like it continues to stay strong. So that's all I got. Thanks to the 64 watching, and well, I'm sure we'll see you tonight at 6:30. Have a good one, Gary. Thanks, everybody.
Are you trading or investing in the fast-moving and exciting cryptocurrency markets? If so, you need to learn how to identify primary trading opportunities by implementing the Wyckoff trading methods, which was created by world-renowned stock speculator Richard D. Wyckoff. This online course teaches all you need to know to increase your returns while minimizing your risk using the Wyckoff trading method. Over 915 students have enrolled in the course since its launch in late 2017. Let's hear what course graduate Robert Hastings had to say about the course. The content and instructors of Learn Cryptocurrency and Wyckoff course are both excellent. It's worth every Satoshi. At a minimum, it saved me thousands of dollars. LearnCrypto.io is owned and operated by Wyckoff SMI, also known as Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, which has been an authority on the Wyckoff trading method for over 85 years. Founded by Richard Wyckoff in the 1930s, Wyckoff Stock Market Institute has owned the rights of the Wyckoff trading course since the beginning. So enroll today in our cryptocurrency and Wyckoff trading course. You will receive lifetime access to our current 23 lessons as well as new ones we continue to add. Also gain access to our course group at LearnCrypto.io to talk with teachers and students as you proceed with your studies. You will also get our Cryptocurrency Pulse of the Market software at a 50% discount as an enrolled student. The only place where you can gain access to our free propriety indicators known as the Optimism Pessimism Index, the Force Index, and the Technometer. Take advantage today of this excellent course and begin reaping the rewards of a time-tested method from the grandfather of technical analysis, Richard D. Wyckoff.